Let's see. Okay. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fiona, and I serve as the program coordinator for summer in the Highlands day camps, and my pronouns are she, her. So our summer camp season just wrapped up on Friday, actually, so very recently. And our registration for next summer will open to returning families in late August. So Mary and I both thought this would be a great time to not only introduce our camps, but also to celebrate how this ministry has grown and where we hope it's headed. So I wanted to start by first giving a little background to those of you who might not know much about this ministry and share our story. So I first joined summer camps in 2022 when the preschool director at Nina Bees at the time, Jerry, invited me to volunteer as a junior counselor. At the time, every camper was alumni from Nina Bees preschool. Jerry started these camps because she believed every child deserved to have a joyful, fun-filled summer, and even if their parents had to work. So I immediately fell in love with that vision. And when Jerry invited me back the next summer as a counselor, I jumped at the opportunity. Between 2022 to 2024, she gradually transitioned toward retirement, and Pastor Stephanie and I slowly assumed responsibility for the camps. In 2024, Pastor Stephanie and I completely redesigned the camp curriculum because at that same time we had received a grant that allowed us to begin expanding bilingual programming after seeing more Spanish-speaking families join our camp community. That season marked an important transition from being primarily an extension of Nina Bees to becoming its own ministry of Highlands. In late 2025, I officially stepped into the program coordinator role. I launched our first holiday break camps, began meeting with childcare professionals in our local community, and we started exploring what we wanted summer camps to become. Through these conversations, we developed a motto that guides us in everything we do, and that is building communities of confidence and belonging through playful exploration. We provide affordable childcare, scholarships, and play-based camps where children can learn, explore, and most of all, have fun. Summer camps is one way Highlands lives out its mission of creating a home where all belong. This summer, we offered 8 different camp experiences. We served children ages 5 through 10, while older students return as junior counselors, just as I did, to begin developing leadership skills. Each camp is built around its own theme with hands-on projects, and we adapt with the individual group's interests. Some of these included from this year sewing, which was one of the kids' favorites, and that was all thanks to Miss Sue. We had visual arts, business, outdoor adventuring, and more. This year was a year of change, so I'd love to go over some of our most recent accomplishments. This year, we were able to expand our scholarship program, and we were able to offer aid to more families than we ever have before. For this first time, we split kids into 2 age groups, allowing us to develop an age-specific curriculum. We expanded our bilingual programming by hiring 2 bilingual educators from Bryant Webster Elementary School. One of our educators was actually able to translate our registration forms and promotional materials for 2027 so that multilingual families feel welcomed from their very first interaction with our program. 6 of our 8 weeks were able to reach capacity, and we saw many new students join us. Behind the scenes, we also invested heavily in staff development through training, particularly in relation to medical training, allowing us to welcome children with more complex medical needs, something that many camps aren't able to do. We also hired on-call subs so that kids who needed one-on-one support could have it, and so we always remained staffed highly enough to maintain the community feel that makes us who we are. This year, our community connection was that we were also able to welcome many guest visitors from our church community. So this included Jim Charlier and Fish, Elise and Kate, Christina House, Greer Sabin, Tracy, Carriot Holland, my dad, and more. So the kids were able to visit our neighbors also at Westside Books to learn about running a small business. So that was really fun as well. It was one of our first official field trips. And the one accomplishment that I really wanted to share was after looking at some of our most recent enrollment data, one of statistic really stood out to me, and that was that while a good portion of our campers still come from Nina Bees, a little over 50% of our families now come from neighborhood connections and referrals from other families. So this ministry is reaching families who may never have walked through our church doors otherwise. Some may not yet be looking for a church home, but they are looking for a community that values inclusion. And now my favorite part is sharing some of the quotes that I heard from families. So one of our returning parents shared, quote, "The staff plans detailed activities for each week that my kids love. The staff is caring and attentive. They make sure all kids feel welcome and like they belong. I would highly recommend these camps." And then one of our new families captured exactly what I hope every child experiences. She said, "My daughter has loved the different camp themes weeks, especially sewing and business camp, and has been so proud of the skills she has learned. I was also very impressed to watch my 5-year-old safely use a sewing machine. The small group sizes have fostered friendships and connection with teaching staff. It feels like we found a neighborhood gem." But my favorite definitely comes from the students. And that quote was, "The counselors are the best counselors in the world. They know so much and are really fun. You get to make amazing things that you would never get to make anywhere else. It was the most interesting and fun part of my summer, and I can't wait to come back next year." When children describe camp this way, I know we've accomplished something much bigger than simply keeping kids busy during the summer. As we look ahead, we're excited about continuing to grow thoughtfully. We hope to continue expanding holiday break camps, strengthen our bilingual programming and curriculum to reach a whole new audience, launch an aftercare program so that we can meet the end time of Nina Bees so more families feel inclined to join, grow our scholarship fund to welcome more families who require financial aid, create a dedicated website to make things a little clearer to families, build more community partnerships, and continue inviting guest visitors from the community. All of these goals will aid in our ability to create spaces where kids of all kinds feel included and safe to be themselves. Thank you so much for supporting Summer in the Highlands Day Camps and for supporting Highlands' vision of creating a home where all belong. Whether you've volunteered, donated, or simply encouraged us along the way, you've helped make this ministry possible. Together, we're creating a place where children and families experience belonging and grow in community. Thank you.